Alrighty, guys, welcome back. Got a story time. How I got stuck in a 6 month situationship. You gotta love it. Always lots to learn with these videos, gents.
Story time of how I ended up in a 6 month situationship. And by situationship, yes, I mean I never officially dated this man. There's a lot to get into, and I hope you guys enjoy the video.
You gotta love it. You can see where it's coming from. That a lot of it is going to be avoiding accountability for it. How I got stuck. You voluntarily, right? You volunteered voluntarily to go into this. Oh, very vogue.
So with my newfound freedom, I was your definition of like girl with strict parents gone wild. That was me when I first kind of separated from my family. If you didn't know, I got kicked out 4 years ago. I made a story time on that if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, I was just like very curious about things that I was kind of hidden from and like not talked about. So boys was definitely one of them. I downloaded a dating app. I know. I'm just going in with my Fenty Blur Stick in the shade 9. So with my newfound freedom, I ended up matching with this guy. I thought he was really cute. We talked for a bit online and it took a while before we like actually met up in person. And so we went on a little date, and by date I mean he came to my dorm room and we like watched a movie. That was the date. I just was so clueless about dating. We had a really good time. He was like really nice, really sweet. He was really nice to my roommate as well. Yes, I did share a room with somebody at the time, with my best friend. So let's just call him Jake. Let me describe Jake. So he was probably the most good-looking guy that I had talked to at that point in my life. I thought he was so attractive, and it wasn't just me. So I lived in a dorm, and so all my friends like lived on the same floor as me. Both guys and girls would literally walk out just to see him when he would like come to see me. That is the power this guy had. He was just so objectively attractive. He was 6'4". He had green eyes, brown, curly brown hair, which is like for some reason, or not anymore, but it used to be my type.
Definitely not our type now. Once again, going for guys far out of a league. Far out of a league. I don't buy it when women say, oh, I was naive. I had no idea how the dating market worked. Women are basically programmed to know how it works. They know their power. They know what they can get on the dating market. They know how to get guys to do what they want. I don't like it when they play dumb. Oh, I just had no idea, but this 6'4" super hot guy, he just sucked me in. Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I was just like, there is no way that this guy is talking to me. I thought he was way out of my league. I was obsessed, okay? And he didn't go to university, so he was just like, I think 2 years older than me. He was working in trades or whatever, like he was a carpenter, and like that's what he wanted to pursue because that's what his dad was doing, yada yada. Every time after work, after he was done work, he would hang out with me. We would go on dates. We went to the arcade. Like I took him to my semi-formal, which was like a big thing, you know? Like I'm kind of claiming him, like I'm taking him out there, showing him to everybody. I thought he was putting in the work, but I might have been a little wrong on that. He was a horrible texter, guys, like horrible texter. But
All right, that's the thing. Let's just be real about that. Most men don't like texting. It's painful, especially when you got a girl who's really into you. They're going to want to text you consistently throughout the day. They want a volley. It's always open. Like conversation's always open to keep going. Guys, we don't like doing that. Okay? What's another reason why he's a bad texter? He's seen other chicks, and you don't really matter to him that much. Right? He's got another number of other slurries on the go, which is probably the case here. And this one here, he's the Tuesday night. He goes down to the dorm. He does low effort dates, like going to the arcade, probably things he might want to do himself anyway. He's not taking her out to fancy dinners or anything. Good old Jake. Gotta love it.
I was okay with it because we saw each other almost every day. And like, this went on for a while. Like months, like I think at the 3 month, 4 month mark, I was kind of like, why haven't I been cuffed yet? I also just realized that I was always initiating everything. Like he was nice, he liked hanging out with me, he always said yes to when we hung out, but like he would never initiate it first, and it was kind of annoying. I was like, why does it look like I'm obsessed with you? Even though I was. Actually, another thing
That's the reason. He's got other chicks, but that's it. There's another point that I talk to you guys about as well. You can do this sort of thing, play the field, be very more or less low committal. Right? Let their mind do the work, but it only lasts for. She did about 3 months. That's pretty long. I'd probably say between 1 and 2 months. Even less if the chick she's a bit older, she's trying to cuff a guy, so to speak, try and lock a guy down. Eventually you're going to get the, what are we? I don't feel like I'm getting much out of this. They want self-assurance, right? They're going to get something out of it. They want the guy to tell them. So it's only a limited amount of time. And good old Jake, he knows what he's doing.
About him. So he was a dealer. Maybe sold some things that are not so legal. So he did have a lot of money. Like, he had a lot of cash. He was so stingy with it. Like, this man never paid for shit. He never bought me shit, and it was kind of annoying. Like, when we would go out for dinner, I remember, like, I wanted to treat him, and I paid for it, and, like, I got him a Christmas gift. Oh my god, and I had no money at this time. I was broke because I was kind of struggling after getting kicked out, and, like, didn't really know how to make.
I just puts the whole innocent vibe on. What would her background have to be? Something Middle Eastern, maybe. I'm just making an assumption here based on how she looks. It has to be a pretty big infraction to get kicked out of the house. I haven't watched her video. I don't really care about it. I'm sure there's a big long story that she'll do the narrative. For the parents, especially from those backgrounds, to kick the kid out, it has to be a pretty big deal. Really going against values, like being a completely loose unit. Good on Jake. You gotta love it. You don't have to spend money on them. That's what I always tell you guys. Coffees and walks is fine if they like you. You don't even have to spend money on a coffee if they like you. They'll literally just go for a walk with you. They'll come to your house. They'll come to your house and bring you a pizza if you ask them to. Oh yeah, just on the way, pick up pizza. I used to say shit like that all the time. I used to get it all the time. Or on the way, I used to smoke cigarettes, and I knew that they're expensive, and I used to just test them out. I say, oh, can you just get a packet of cigarettes? And they'll do it. On more than one occasion that happened. I was completely surprised. I thought they were going to tell me to kick rocks by asking. It's about $40.
And me, I was working at Walmart, so I wasn't making a ton of money. He was making way more money than me, and I was still, like, treating him and gifting him and blah, blah, blah. Oh my god, I forgot to bronze before I put my powder on, whatever. I'll fix that in a sec. I kind of suggested that he should take me out, and he, like, agreed because I took him out for dinner to Moxie's. Like, we went to, and I spent a decent amount on that bill, even though I was broke. Like, I needed to pay rent or figure out how to pay for my tuition. Anyways, I was down bad. Okay, leave me alone. He said that we would go.
So she basically spends her last money trying to keep this thing going. You gotta love it. As I said, mate, she said he was the best looking guy she's ever seen. Other people would come and just have a look at him, right? They'd want to see him when he would turn up because he didn't go to the university, so people didn't know him. So she's bending over backwards for him. That's why, guys, like when I talk about women making rules, women make rules for guys that don't really want that much. They could take it or leave it. Like they're happy to call your bluff. If you're going to bail because they're being too difficult, they're like, all right, I'll see you later. They don't care. There's another 100 of you lining up trying to talk to her. She doesn't give a shit. But when one of these out of the ordinary guys who's leaps and bounds beyond her, like she even said he was probably way out of my league, they'll do whatever they can. Now, this guy's exploiting it, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that, considering women do that just about every day to many different men around the world. It's the standard. If you reverse this is the standard dating experience probably for most men. Spending money on women who aren't overly reachable. They're not seeing that committed. They're just not giving you much, giving you low effort. That's the dating experience for the average guy. Now it doesn't even get to 3 months or 2 months. You'll get, a few dates and they'll cut you loose. If you're lucky, you might get some action. If you're really lucky, but a lot of guys aren't just looking for action. They might want a girlfriend. They might want a woman to take out on dates. That's fair enough. Not everyone's a monster hunter. I think guys become monster hunters. Some guys are just born that way, like a Jake type guy. But some guys become monster hunters through frustration. So getting punched in the balls over and over again. And so they start learning game and they start, improving themselves and doing all that.
Go to the keg, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, my unofficial man is taking me to the keg. Wow, I feel so special.
The keg.
I made like some tips or whatever at work. I wasn't making like a huge amount of tips. The place that I was working as a banquet server, so my tips weren't that great, but like occasionally the guests there would tip me a decent amount of money. Like I think I got $100 one day, and I was like telling him about it, and he's like, nice, more money for the keg. Guys, my jaw literally dropped when he said that. I was like, are you, like, I hope you're joking right now. Later on, he said he was joking about it, but I was like, that is not a funny joke. Bitch, I'm not paying for anything.
You gotta love it. I love it because this is the thing. You get a lot of women. I'm not saying she's saying that she's a big boss babe or anything like that, but they're just not good with money. As she's talking about, is literally dumpster fire written all over it. So she's renting, she can't pay her bill, she's struggling to pay rent, she's going out and spending money on shit she shouldn't be, i.e. chasing this guy around. Most young guys around this age range, who knows what should be, probably early 20s, maybe 25, generally guys who are sort of around that 25 mark, they've had the girlfriend for 2-3 years, they're starting to think about putting a rock on it, lock it down. They're going to get a bit of a rude surprise, a rude shock when they find out how much debt they're in or how much of a dumpster fire that woman is. Guys take it on anyway, too far in, acting against their best intuition. That's just basically what happens. Listen to this, like bad decision making. There's no future thinking here at all. It's just chase the hot guy.
Not paying for the keg. Like I would, but I just wanted him to treat me like I wanted to feel special. I wanted to feel like a queen. I really deluded myself literally up until like last year in terms of like spending money on guys, just really being in my masculine energy. And I also noticed like while we were on this date, I was just asking him about like kids and stuff. It wasn't a weird conversation at that point. Like we were talking for a while, so I was like, oh, like what are your plans for the future? Like do you ever plan on getting married? What are your goals in life? Whatever. And he's like,
These are the questions you don't want. They eventually come out. Guys, you'll cop these. Especially at our age, a lot of you guys are similar age to me, over 35 or 30 or over 30 probably. A lot of the viewers who are watching this stuff, you'll go out and you'll hear this stuff straight away. What's your 5-year plan? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? If you've got kids, I'll say, oh, do you want more kids? Okay, if you've been divorced, I'll ask you, will you get married again? I had one girl, I was telling her, stupidly, that's why I say to you guys don't do this, but I was telling her about how I had a bad experience through my financial settlement. And she goes, oh, so you wouldn't be interested or open to sharing a bank account with somebody again? And I said, no, probably not. She goes, oh, that's a bit of a deal breaker for me.
never want to get married because his dad went through like 3 divorces, which actually I met his dad, which was crazy. And his dad was like, oh my God, aren't you Jake's friend? And I was like, yeah, he broke my heart. Anyways, he was telling me how his dad has been through all these divorces, whatever, and he just doesn't want to get in a relationship because he doesn't want to deal with that. Like, he just wants to live his life and be chill and whatever. And I should have taken that as my sign. Also,
a sign. He literally told you it was a flashing sign. Good. That's the thing too. With some guys learn early because they see their either older brothers, uncles, fathers, grandfather, guy, they maybe a boss at a job they work for, get absolutely rinsed. Absolutely rinsed 3 times. If you've seen that happen 3 times and seen the aftermath of it and all the destruction, you're probably going to have a pretty cynical view on what it is. You're not living in dreamland like these women are. I think marriage is a magical thing. Guys, halfway, if you're enjoying the channel, consider subbing, liking, commenting, press the hype button if it is there. And if you want us to support the channel, check out the Patreon, linked in the video description. I've got roughly 400 exclusive videos there. All my old stuff that had to be removed off YouTube to keep this channel going, essentially. And if you want to book in a call with me, I've set that up now for you guys who do want to do that. Feel free to check out the details in the video description. All right, let's keep going.
Charlotte Tilbury blush in Pinkgasm. I should have taken that as my hint, but your girl was the Lulu. But I can change his mind and I can be the one that he dates and marries and whatever. Oh, men these days just aren't thinking of marriage, and it's really fucking annoying. Anyways, he says he
Men these days are smart. Men these days are smart. Good. I'm glad to see more younger guys have had those rose-coloured glasses smacked off their face early. It doesn't stop them from down the line questioning their own views. I was similar to that. Like from a young age, I saw things like that. You know, there was a lot of divorces and stuff like that in my network, family, friends, you know, parents, all that. I saw that stuff and I thought, what's the point of all this? But what did I do? I questioned myself. I didn't listen to my gut. I didn't listen to my head. No. I went and did stupid things and found out.
that never wants to have kids. He said he wanted to get a vasectomy. This man, he was really trying to tell me that he did not want to date me. I didn't see that at the time. I was just like, ooh, he likes me. We're talking. I meet his mom. I meet his sister, who actually went to the same university as me. Sorry, I don't know why my camera's tilting. His grandparents, bro, I met the man's grandparents. Like, what the actual heck? Also, how awkward was it, like, seeing his mom the next day, like, in the morning? I'll never understand white people, but whatever. Oh, also something interesting about him. He said that his type...
That's funny. You tell me, guys, if when you were younger and you went and some girl you were seeing, whether it's a situation like this or it's a girlfriend, whatever it is, you go and you've smashed her back in, right? You clap cheeks under the parents' roof. You're trying to sneak out in the morning, and then the mum sees you. She goes, oh, gee, man, why don't you come and sit down and have a coffee and breakfast? You're like, you're sitting there looking at the dad at the table, and he's just looking at you like, he goes, I know you just pumped my daughter. You're sitting there having breakfast after you just smashed her back in with mum and dad.
This is important. He said his type was like Arab, Middle Eastern looking girls. So someone like me. And it's because he grew up around a lot of Arab girls. So that just ended up being his type, whatever. Okay, we get it. Like, you're fetishizing me. And he like made it a point to say that he did not like white girls. He's like, ugh, white girls are gross. Like, first of all, why is there so much self-hatred going on here? Like, why you're also white? I don't know why you're hating on white girls.
They don't get it. The Middle Eastern girls generally, and Europeans, and just basically non-whites, so non-born in Western countries, they're generally a lot better. In generally, now all this bullshit we talk about on this channel and the videos and all that, this behaviour, that all has leaked over there over the years. For the most part, this is better. They treat their man better. They're just nicer all around, in general. So that's what these girls don't get. Aussie girls. Let me talk about Aussie women. Go watch my G-Man Speaks TV channel. I do heaps of stuff about them on there. You know, TikTok videos and stuff like that. They're very masculine. They don't have much in the way of nurturing traits. Very selfish. Just don't have much to offer a dude. That's my honest opinion. I've never dated an Aussie girl, in quotes, i.e. someone who didn't come from a foreign heritage. Never done it. Just never saw the appeal. Yeah, I've put them away, monster hunted them, all that sort of thing. Just about it's the only thing they're good for. But there was never any serious dating or anything like that because you just get nothing. Like completely indoctrinated by womanism over here, especially in Melbourne.
But yeah, he made it a point to be like, I don't like white girls. Like, I like them exotic. Well, it's been 6 months at this point. Nothing has been made official. I was really bad at communicating, but it was obvious that I wanted to date. So COVID happened. I have to leave the city for a while, and like, this is like the perfect time to either make it official, or if he's just not about it, to like end things off, because I'm gonna be away for a while. I'll be able to get over him. Spend the last day with him. I couldn't muster up the courage to talk to him about it because I knew I would just cry. So I decided to send him a snap video right before, like as I'm packing up, getting ready to leave for good from my dorm. So I sent him a video. I'm literally crying in this video, kind of expressing how I feel, how I can't keep talking to him if he doesn't want to make things official.
Oh, that's when you know That's when you know. Oh, he should have known long before that to cut his ties. As I said, they blow up at some point. Oh, she's lasted 6 months. As I said, it's generally a few weeks to maybe 2 months in my experience. You know, you can keep this sort of thing going where it's carefree, it's fun, she seems cool, it's, you know, it's low committal. You're actually starting to really like her, and then they start this shit. Just going absolutely bananas. That's why, in my opinion, if you're going to monster hunt, just get in and get out. Don't let them get too attached to you. Don't let them get their hooks into you. Don't let them get the fantasy in their head too, because a lot of these women will think they are your girlfriend. Well, you haven't even said it. You haven't had the conversation. They think you're their girlfriend because you're seeing them twice a week. You're going out. You've been seen out of the house with them. You know, people are seeing you with her. That's the assumption. In my mind, unless as a man you say, you literally tell her, all right, I am your boyfriend or whatever it is, I am not going to see anyone else. I am only seeing you. Up until that point, it's fair game. You can go and do whatever you want. But women, as I said, I like to join the dots.
And like, I'm really upset about it and I don't want to keep hanging out. And you know what this man responds with? He says, don't worry, Mina. All good things come to an end. 6 months, guys. 6 months of seeing this.
She tried the manipulation tactic. She tried to push it. She tried to force it with the crying video. I used to get a lot of voice notes. You know, he can do the voice recording and send them on text. That's how I would get it. And you know what? That would be the biggest turn off for me. I'd more or less have good old Jakey boys reaction. All right, it's been fun. You know, I can't keep doing this to you if you feel this way. I'll say something like that. Or you just don't respond. If you don't respond just for a little bit, you watch them just blow up and they'll dump you. Generally what I'll do when I got into these situations is I'd become unresponsive, maybe a bit unreasonable, non-punctual, all that sort of stuff to force their hand for them to dump you. It's great because then they're not hanging around trying to keep tabs on you. Or some of these women, they're just as bad as men. They get emotionally and anxiety, right? Separation anxiety if they really like you and they'll stalk you, come to your house, go to your work. You don't want that shit. You want them to dump you so they think they've got the one up on you and really you orchestrated the whole thing. That's just a tip, guys. You don't have to do anything wrong. Just don't give them exactly what they want and you watch them get rid of you pretty quick.
This guy almost every single day. Good things. He said, my dad said all good things come to an end.
Dad's right.
I was about to square up with this man. I'm joking. I was crying. I was bawling. I was so sad. Like, that was it. That's all I got. I had to go over my liner again because I'm trying to get over him. Like, there's a song, guys, you know that song Barking? I might link my ting from barking 7 a.m. in the morning. That was our song. Why was that our song? Ew, like, what up? I mean, it's a catchy song, but like, why was that the song that reminded me of him? I have songs that remind me.
That's what I don't get about these female creators and vloggers and that. Like, good on her. She has a lot of views. Like, this video got like 186 views. Why do you want to watch someone doing your makeup? Is that what sort of girls' time is it? And I just don't get it. Why can't you just sit there already done up and tell the story? It'd be a lot more engaging than watching someone painting their face and ranting and blabbering on. It's the equivalent of us saying, all right, guys, get ready with me. And I'm telling you some stories, you know, some monster hunting stories, and I've got my leg up on the bench, or I've got my phone underneath recording it. You're getting a good view of the undercarriage, and I'm batwinging my ball sack, shaving it. All right, boys, yeah, I'm just talking to you, just, you know, nonchalantly, just stretching out my ball sack like a bat's wing. I just don't get this.
Of any of my situationships. Whatever song I'm listening to at the time reminds me of that particular person. 2 months go by and I find out that he's dating someone. Okay? 2 months later. 2 months. So he's talking to this girl right after me. Ends up dating her 2 months. She's a white girl. I was just like, I don't have a problem with that, but it's just the fact that he made it such a point to be like, yeah, I'm only into Middle Eastern girls.
Of course he said that because you're Middle Eastern. I used to say shit like that all the time. And if the girl was African, I'd be like, yeah, I'm really into African girls. So you say shit like that. That's what Brycey and Steve O says. You got to pump up their tyres a bit. Yeah, I don't like other women. You're different. You got to, how much does this burn? I've had this happen a number of times where, you have a situation like this. It never made it 6 months, maybe some sort of on and off, maybe 6 months. But then you start seeing another girl and doing stuff with them and they get wind of it and it burns. Even if they've gotten rid of you, they've dumped your ass. Like I said, you force their hand for them to dump you. It's like 4D chess. And then they see a Instagram or a Facebook. You know, they find information out if they're really keeping tabs on you. It burns. I'll tell you a story. So I went out with this girl for a while. Wouldn't say it's overly committal, but it was probably about 6 months. She wasn't my girlfriend or anything. So basically, yeah, she did this. Like, she got to the point where I was being non-committal. She fucked me off. Exact same story as this. Then she went off, and about a year later, she'd already gotten pregnant. She was heavily pregnant and married some guy. A few months go on from there, and she must have been checking up on, at the time I had social media, and I might have had a few pictures here and there of me going out and doing things. And one particular night I went out and had a new girl with me. She was in the photo. So this woman who dumped me, got pregnant, had a baby, married, rang me up, and chewed me out, gave me a spray. Whoa, why didn't you take me, out like that? Well, she just couldn't handle it. I said, hang on. I said, why are you calling me? You literally got a kid. You're married, and I haven't heard from you in 2 years. What the hell? Oh, it's like she wanted to know. She wanted closure as to why. Because I never took this woman out on a date, even for a meal or anything. And then she saw in the photos that I was out having a meal with another woman, right? So it just blew our mind up. 2 years later.
And now he's dating white girl. And obviously, I was so upset. I was like, I really put myself down for that because I'm not white. Like, it's just inevitable. Like, guys are always going to choose the white girl over me. I really put myself down for it. And I was really insecure at the time as well. I was also very lost in life. Although I was talking to him, like while I was with him, I was crying almost every single night because of just my family situation. I feel like I kind of held on to him as like some sort of support or just someone that's there. And he was also like to me, he's like, oh, if you ever need a place to stay, you can stay at mine. She was beautiful, guys. What a body. I still check up on her to this day. She's a queen. Like, I love her.
There you go. Once again, full stalk mode. That's what I say. Do not have a social media presence. Please do not, because I've learnt the hard way. They find out everything about you. They find out about your brother, your sister. They find out where you work. They find out if you're seeing someone or who your ex-girlfriends are. Contact people. Minimal. If you're going to do this sort of thing, minimal online footprint. Have all your profiles and shit locked down. Have them under aliases if you have LinkedIn for your work. Have that locked down or don't have it. Plain and simple. Because I can tell you now, hell hath no fury like a woman who's scorned or feels scorned. I'll tell you that now. That is a very true saying. They'll come after you.
Body, but I was so jealous of her and I was just like, ugh, she's so pretty. Like, fuck. Makes it even worse. So one day I stalk her pictures, as I do because I check up on her every month, as we do. Or as maybe only I do because I'm fucking crazy. I don't know. I don't do that anymore, I promise, guys. I'm not like a weirdo. So I check up on her one day. I think it's Halloween at this point. It's in October. All the photos of him and her are down. And I'm like, maybe I should text him. So I text him. And I'm like, hey, like, I just wanted to reach out. I'm really upset of like how things ended between us and how you like ended up dating someone like 2 months later, it really hurt my feelings. Like, I really liked you. I really wanted to date you and stuff. And like, I thought you didn't want to date anyone and you ended up dating someone in 2 months. Like, it made me feel like shit. Oh my God, I wish you told me. I was like, did you forget everything I said in that Snapchat video that I sent you? I didn't say that, but I was in my head, I was.
So Guy is getting probably swinging off the chandeliers action, right? It's going to be bang bus reenact. Like, she's putting in the effort. This is a hot guy. She's going to be burning red hot for him. He's getting it for a very low cost or no cost at all on the frequent for 6 months. Okay, it dawned on him. The writing was on the wall. That party was over. That's what these women don't get. Why would he change that situation? He's just gone and done it with another girl. Rinse and repeat. That's the Brycey MO, the Steve-O MO. You get him for the best period, which I'll say is anywhere from 1 to 6 months, if you're going to date even. And then it's rinse and repeat. Once it starts going downhill, they start getting a bit belligerent, they start acting up, being demanding, putting rules, ultimatums. That's when you get rid of them. If you're that kind of guy, right? Not everyone's like me or like these other guys that I talk about. Some guys, you do want a serious girlfriend. Do what you want. I'm just saying. Generally, the best you're ever going to get out of a woman is the first 6 months.
I was just like, how did he not know that I wanted to date him? Like, was I being that nonchalant? Like, I don't think I was. I was clearly very into him. And basically he said that really wants to see me, blah, 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 blah. But he's like, I just got back together with my ex. Like, I just got back together with her. He's like, I wish you would have texted me like literally a week earlier. I still want to see you though. So this man wanted to see me despite getting back together with his girlfriend. Guys, again, I was very insecure at the time. I thought I had won over her. I thought I was better than her. I was like, oh my God, he wants to see me. Like, he clearly likes me more than her. Ew, gross. That's gross, Mina. You're disgusting. He wanted to meet and I was like, yes. Like, I was in my head, I was like, I had him first. I have been talking to him longer because at that point it wasn't even 6 months for them. So I was like, I get dibs first, whatever, blah, blah, whatever was going on in my psychotic brain. So I'm like, yes, I want to meet. We don't end up meeting that night. Thank God. I messaged him the next day and I was like, hey, I don't think it's right to meet up with like, you're not going to come to my house while you have a girlfriend. That's kind of fucked up. Kind of very fucked up. That's just not something you do. So I was like...
That's what Jakey does. He's doing he wants to get one more. He's trying it. He's doing the nuclear warhead approach. He's trying one more time, but he's doing it the smooth way. Because he remembers, like, she was good. And now he's been with that other girl for 6 months. He's starting to get a bit bored of that clunge. He's just trying to reach out for another one.
He said he had a lot to tell me. There's a lot he wanted to talk about. And I was like, we can meet up in public somewhere and have a conversation. We meet up at a local bar to chat, and he's just really happy to see me. This blush is like too much. He's really happy to see me. He's like, when me and you were together, it was so much fun. There was no arguments. Like, we just really had a good time together. And like, he was telling me how this girl, he couldn't picture himself marrying her. But with me, it was different. This man had the nerve to say that he could see himself marrying me.
What a legend. He knows exactly what to say. He knows exactly what to say. This is Brycey Steve. I promised the world. He knows the triggers. Anyway, I'm going to put the link in the video description because this one's now over 30 minutes. So I'll put the link in the video description. You guys can watch it if you'd like to. But what do we got here? Girls will do anything for a guy they want, and they'll put rules on for men they don't really want at all. They'll just do all that rule book goes out the window and more. See you in the next one, guys. Hope you had a good one.